exclusive report from Alaska. As tensions rise with Russia and China in the air, is the threat level increasing? This is part of our continued reporting on how the military is defending the North.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 6. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Here we go into a Monday evening after a good-looking day.
Yes, it's been a nice start to our work week. Can't complain. A little on the warm side, though, for fall officially.
Yeah, I told you just because fall starts doesn't mean we're going to get rid of those warm temperatures. Not yet. Anyway, as we look live outside at some of the Kentucky Mesonet cameras, we go first to Butler County, 84 right now, and you can see a few clouds over in Clinton County from their camera near Albany, 82. The problem is all this beautiful weather really, it means a lack of rain, and especially this time of the year, it's problematic. The last time we had measurable rainfall was on September 6th, and now we see deficits both for the month and year to date. But I have some rain in the forecast. I'll show you that coming up in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris, our top story tonight, a World War II veteran is set to return home this weekend. News 40's Noah Fairber was in Edmonson County and spoke to his family today. Noah, what can you tell us?
Well, Morgan, the family of Private Frank Brooks will gain a little closure this weekend when their relative makes his way home. Take a look. An Edmonson County veteran is set to return home to be laid to rest this weekend.
Uncle Frank came from a large family, 11 brothers and sisters. 3 of the brothers also served in World War II, and fortunately all of them returned, and an older brother had served in the Navy prior to the war.
Private Frank Brooks was killed during World War II, and his family wasn't sure if they would see him come home.
In 2014, he had one sibling still living, my Aunt Eula, and she provided a DNA sample which we submitted to the military authorities, and subsequent to that, they took the DNA sample with other evidence that they thought was enough to make an identification, and his remains were disinterred from the grave in 2018.
Private Brooks will return to Brownsville on Thursday night after being flown in to Louisville. He will be taken to the Edmonson County schools on Friday so students can learn about his history.
We're going to go to the local high school and with his remains and explain to the students his history, what has happened, so that they can participate in this and appreciate what had happened.
The family is at peace, knowing their relative can be with his parents forever.
We're looking forward to Uncle Frank coming home. It's going to be a nice homecoming. The family has kept his memory alive through all this time. We rarely have any kind of gathering that his name doesn't come up. So it's really going to be great to experience this.
Now, Private Brooks will be flying from Honolulu, Hawaii to Dallas, Texas, and from there, he will be transported to Louisville International Airport. And his service will be Sunday morning at 11. Morgan?
All right, Noah, people across the Commonwealth are remembering former Governor Brereton Jones today as he lies in state at the Capitol Rotunda. Governor Andy Beshear was there along with many others today to pay their respects at a visitation this afternoon. Jones was the 58th governor of Kentucky. He served from 1991 to 1995. On social media today, Governor Beshear is asking for prayers for the family of the former governor.
Governor Jones was he's a really neat guy to get to know, to get to talk to. Very smart, but also very down to earth.
A funeral service will be held tomorrow in Midway with a private burial to follow. Jones was 84 years old. And more local news now. Life is full of ups and downs, but sometimes all you need is just one person to stick by your side to make a change. News 40's Michael Ridgway brings us a story of hardship and perseverance.
Believing in yourself is good, but belief from others can really make a difference.
I couldn't get out. She's always there. Her and her family. I just thank her for that, you know.
In Sean's case, he's been addicted to drugs since he was 21, but he met someone who was on his side every day, starting 3 years ago.
We've gone to rehab before. That didn't work out, and we worked through that. I fed Sean a lot of nights that he was hungry and would not have had food otherwise. We have had some really hard talks and really good talks. I've seen him at his worst. Now I get to see him at his best.
Sean and Mary used to meet here often at the Episcopal Church, where he would sometimes sleep, not far from the woods he called home.
A month and a half ago, I was living right there, sleeping right there, smoking right there. Now a month from now, I'm right here, and I'm praising God, and I'm praising her, and I'm putting her in everything part of my life.
But a month later and staying at Mark, he's doing well for himself.
I've been there a month and a half almost. I'm an MT, getting ready to go to phase 1 soon. It's a lot of God working in there. You know, got a good godly men in there. A lot of men that was going through the same thing that I've been going through, just with different, different movie scenes. That's all the difference is, but we're all the same. We all got the same addiction, just totally different people.
When it comes to drug addiction, homelessness, or any other persistent problem, the key is consistency. And Sean says to never give up and set your mind to making a change.
Tomorrow's always tomorrow. So you have to do it right then, in that point in time, because if you don't, the addiction will take you to another place where tomorrow's always going to be tomorrow. I would just advise them to pray a lot, and call somebody, call something, call some center, that can help. Because there's a lot of people, good people out there that will help you and bring you back to life, and God will take the rest of it, and He will work with you, and it's just amazing.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
All right, Michael. Staying in downtown Bowling Green, crews are working on State Street to demolish the historic building that caught fire more than 2 months ago. The former Royal Music Company building is finally coming down after sitting damaged and vacant since catching fire in July. The historic building is currently home to the Carrick Batcher law firm and Senator Rand Paul's Bowling Green office. City officials say they are working to keep everyone safe from any debris as the investigation into that fire continues.
Our main goal is to make sure that the building does not sit here for an extended period of time in this condition. Number one, just as being an eyesore, but number two, for all the different hazards that come with it. So we have to temper both the investigation, but expeditiously getting it torn down in order to reopen everything. In order to get it right, we have to allow enough time for the demolition contractor to do what they need to do.
Crews hope to be finished with a portion of the demolition by the end of the week. Well, a unique program for seniors is bringing lots of smiles to the classroom. News 40's Corinna Shadowan got the opportunity to spend time with senior volunteers in the classroom through the Foster Grandparent Program. Take a look.
Community Action of Southern Kentucky is connecting senior volunteers with students in nonprofit child care settings through the Foster Grandparents Program. But what do these grandparents do that makes such an impact on the students' lives?
They're able to nurture and mentor students who may have special or exceptional needs, who may need some social development or language development, or just need a few extra hugs.
The presence of a foster grandparent in the classroom helps students improve with the interaction, support, and wisdom that grandparents bring.
Grandpa brings a lot of help and assistance in the classroom. The kids treat him like a grandpa. When they are in trouble, they run to Grandpa. When they need help, they run to Grandpa. And if they need extra cuddles, they go to Grandpa. He is a real deal grandpa.
Grandparents assist not only in the lives of the students, but teachers as well, serving the needs of the classroom and participating in everyday activities.
We may not see something that Grandpa sees. So Grandpa is like, hey, this don't look right, and we're able to tap into it. So he's just like an extra pair of eyes that can just assist us with making sure that we're meeting everybody's needs in the classroom.
The Foster Grandparent Program is rewarding for the students and teachers, and the grandparents who find joy in their daily activities with their grandchildren.
It makes me feel good. It gives me something to look forward to. I love it, and I enjoy being in it, and it gives me something to live, like sometimes if you feel down and out, you come here and you be with the kids, and they just lift you up.
In South Central Kentucky, because local matters, Corinna Shadowan, WNKY News 40.
All right, Corinna. Well, now for a little taste of Texas right here in South Central Kentucky. A young Metcalfe County bull rider is preparing to compete in the World Championship Miniature Bull Riding World Finals in Mesquite, Texas in October. Reporter Tucker Covey rode out to learn more and joins us in the studio now with more details.
Yes, Morgan. Connor Jesse is preparing for one of the biggest competitions of his life. But he stays grounded, hoping to do well and make some friends along the way. Connor Jesse has been bull riding most of his life and is now being given an opportunity to take his passion to a big competition in Texas next month.
When I was younger, I just got on some sheep and stuff and got on some calves around the farm. And then when I was 14, I got the opportunity to get on a bull down in my hometown, so I took it and had my mom sign a couple of waivers and whatnot. And then I just met everybody there and just started from there.
Reserved, Jesse is simply excited to be to this point in his bull riding career. A recent high school graduate, he is trying to stay level-headed about this new opportunity.
It feels good, but it's just another thing, you just keep on going one at a time. So it's just a great opportunity, I guess.
Part of Jesse's life for years, Sharon Yoder is responsible for tying the ropes on the bulls and managing the chute at rodeos. She has seen many riders come and go, but thinks Connor is different.
He was just starting to ride bulls when I first met Connor, and he got a really bad injury that year, so he was out for a few months. He ended up breaking his leg. Most people, when they do that, they're done. They have no passion for coming back to it, but Connor did.
The sport has been growing in popularity in the Southeast. The community here in Kentucky is tight-knit, and with the inclusion of more regulatory bodies, the sport has become more accessible for younger riders.
It's grown tremendously, and a lot of that is because of the WCMB. They're trying to get kids started from the age of 5 to, your teenage years. And that's what we really need, is stuff like that to get the younger kids excited about it and into it and wanting to do it and teaching them from a younger age.
Jesse competed in a competition in Gillette, Wyoming in July, and now his focus is sharp on his competition in Texas next month. Morgan?
All right, Tucker, thank you very much. Still to come on News 40 at 6, a tentative deal has been made in Hollywood. Could this signal the end of the writer's strike? Latest details in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. It's been a little dry out there. He'll tell us what we can expect to see for the rest of the work week right after this.
WNKY News 40. Broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
My daughters and I were stopped at a red light, and we were rear-ended by a drunk driver. And I called on a Saturday, and I figured that maybe they would call on Monday. She had returned my call within 15 minutes. When she came in, she made me feel very at ease, and she spoke to me just like we'd been friends forever. It just made all the difference in the world, being treated the way I was and having that encouragement behind me.
If you've been injured, Morgan & Morgan's fee is free. If you don't win your case, you pay nothing. It's easy. Just dial Pound Law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. I think I'm starting to get this.
I'm
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've suffered a personal injury, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
Sodexo, in partnership with WKU Facilities Management, is looking for custodial workers and custodial team leaders for the WKU main campus. Competitive wages and an excellent benefits package. Both full-time and part-time weekend positions available. Check out all available opportunities by searching Sodexo on Indeed.com or apply directly by scanning the QR code with your phone's camera and become the newest member of the WKU campus community.
You're watching WNKY CBS 40, home of Super Bowl 58.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we look at the last Titans game, we preview the next Titans game. That's the Mike Vrabel Show on CBS 40.
Join the coach and the seat geek next.
Sunday mornings on WNKY CBS 40.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. And Chris, I don't say this often, but we could really use some rain.
I know. It's we're starting to get well behind, as you saw in some of the earlier graphics. And the concern is now, without the rain that we need, we're talking about high fire danger.
Right.
Even though there's not a burn ban in effect, we probably will get some unless we get some rain in the next couple of days. So that's a big concern, especially for those of you this time of the year. I know you want to do some controlled burns outdoors. You want to burn some brush or some old weed or some woods and things like that. But really, until we get some rain, try your very best to avoid any kind of burning outdoors. Like I said, there's no burn bans right now, but any controlled burn must be reported to your local volunteer or your town's fire department just to make sure they know what's going on. And then if you burn, only burn between the hours of 6 in the evening, 6 in the morning. That's when the humidity is a little bit higher and it can take a little bit more of that, that fuel, okay? So also keep in mind, you need to be away from wooded areas at least 150 feet away from that or any brush, and then make sure you have a way to extinguish the fire. That's key in these cases. But until some burn bans go up, we all must do what we can to just keep the fire danger way down. 4-hour clouds and radar. You're not going to find any rain here in southern Kentucky or anywhere close. We had a few drifting clouds today, but that's the extent of it. The rain just keeps getting pushed further and further out down the road for us. Looks like now the better opportunity is going to be Wednesday and to Thursday, we hope anyway. 82 right now with a southeast wind at 6, humidity at 43%. That number goes up during the night because of lots of ground moisture and things like that. So that's when it's a better time to burn, after dark instead of during the day. Usually the winds are calm during the overnight as well. We managed to get to 87 for the high today, 7 degrees above the average of 80. 63 was our low temperature early this morning. Radar satellite in the next 40 hours, very quiet. An easterly flow here, but we do have a low pressure system which is throwing out a disturbance, and a warm front which is going to help increase the chance of showers just to the north of us by early tomorrow morning. By tomorrow evening, I do think we'll begin to see some showers and thunderstorms just east of us, and then the next flow will start to come in ahead of that warm low pressure system and that warm front as by the time we get into Wednesday. 59 and mainly clear tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to keep one more dry day before we get wet again on Wednesday and Thursday. Better chances of rain and thunderstorms, and a little bit cooler as we head into the weekend. And here's what's coming up tonight on CBS 40.
Mom. Also, we added you to our new Spectrum Mobile plan, okay?
I'm good. He's not going to be calling.
At Spectrum Mobile, you get more with your mobile.
What's my shoe size again?
You're an 11 and a half.
He wants to come home for Thanksgiving.
No, you're not allergic to shellfish.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Honey, we're at dinner. If you think of anything, just text me.
Get more than just mobile. Get the value of Spectrum Mobile with Spectrum One.
Is your search for a new home on hold because of high interest rates and high monthly payments? Jago Homes has your solution with a low 4.99 fixed interest rate and no energy bills for 2 years. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable year-round with exclusive energy-smart technology. Learn why a new Jago home is more affordable than you think at jagohomes.com. Because life is too precious to be put on hold.
Do you want to experience the sex, the fits, and you heard about Zombieland? You can only witness this at the house.
Be sure to wear your best WKU red shirt. Go Tops! Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Time to turn talk into action. Step 1, fire up your BetMGM Sportsbook. Step 2, make your pick. And step 3, showtime. Now that hunch has some weight to it. Every play, every game means something more. Because now, you're betting with the king of sportsbooks.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday morning starting at 6. News 40 is broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green. Join us weekdays for the latest news, sports, and weather from across the region. News 40, because local matters.
The work stoppage may soon be over for Hollywood writers. Elise Preston explains.
Hollywood writers walked the picket lines for nearly 5 months before a breakthrough was announced late Sunday. In a joint statement, the WGA and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers said they've reached a tentative agreement for a new 3-year contract.
Yet,
Elaine Lowe has been following the strike for the Ankler.
I went out and covered some of the festivities last night. Writers were celebrating at bars all across LA, on the West Side, up in North Hollywood, and they are both relieved and elated about this.
While details of the potential deal are still under wraps, writers were seeking better pay, increased staffing minimums, and protections against artificial intelligence.
I believe that the deal that we're working on right now is incredibly important for the longevity of not just the Writers Guild, but the entire entertainment industry.
Picketing is now suspended, but the Guild warned its 11,000 striking writers not to return to work until the ink on this deal is dry. Leadership votes are set for Tuesday if the language is settled.
We have worked hard, the beat of our feet on the streets, and I think it's really set the tone for other workers in America and other unions.
That includes 160,000 member sister union SAG-AFTRA. Talks between striking actors and the studios have stalled.
So I actually think these next negotiations could be very complex. They may be burnished and given a boost, though, by having an archetype in the WGA contract that could feasibly speed things up.
Perhaps not fast enough, as economic losses from the twin strikes are estimated around $5 billion. Elise Preston, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Andy Bashir is flat out lying.
I've never supported gender reassignment surgery for kids.
That is false. Bashir sided with the radical left, allowing young children to undergo permanent gender-changing surgery.
Those procedures don't happen here in Kentucky.
Reports prove that gender-changing surgeries were done at this Lexington facility. Andy Bashir caught lying again. What else is he lying about?
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm happy to obviously settle the joke. This ain't I'm coming back tomorrow.
I I should have called JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Hey y'all, it's Bree with the Pie Queen's Pantry. Don't miss this week's episode. We're making my favorite decadent pecan bars. See you this week on the Pie Queen's Pantry.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan.
I'm waking up my day. So let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on. Keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day. News 40 sunrise way. I'm waking up my day. WNKY. Yeah, we're the force to get you out the door. I'm waking up my day. The News 40 sunrise way.
Weekday morning starting at 6. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Big Red, welcome to WNKY. Are you ready to take over the studio?
Tune in for Topper Tuesday on News 40 Sunrise. We'll sit down with athletes and staff to talk all things WKU every week on News 40 Sunrise.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
At Kroger, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the sports. WKU volleyball started conference play with a win over UTEP. The number 25 ranked tops were dominant with a home game in the huge home game from outside hitter Kennedy Coyle. Coyle had a career-high 18 kills in the match, earning Conference USA Player of the Week. Tops have been off before visiting Liberty on October 3rd, continuing conference play. Well, WKU soccer was in action yesterday afternoon, visiting the new Conference USA foe, Jacksonville State. The match finished with a tie 1-1, moving the Tops record on the season to 2-2-6. The lone goal was for WKU was netted by Katie Irwin before Jacksonville State tied it up with 1 minute left to play. The team will be back in action on Friday, hosting FIU. Well, WKU football dropped their second straight game over the weekend. Tops fell to Troy in Alabama 27-24. WKU found themselves down late in the fourth quarter, but Austin Reed found Louisville native Easton Messer in the end zone. Messer finished the afternoon with 6 catches for 96 yards and a score. Here's what offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead had to say about Messer in the offense.
Utility guy. I think of a guy that can play outside receiver, inside receiver, do a lot of different things for you. Has really come on, has not played a lot of football around here in the past, but in the past 4 games really come on and done some really, really good things. So the comfortability with him and Austin getting on the same page, I think is getting there, and just having him as a viable option you could throw in there at all 4 receiver positions has been really good.
Well, the Jeff Brom era in Louisville has started out with a boom. The Cards are now 4-0 on the season, beating Boston College in their conference opener 56-28. Jack Plummer led the way for the Cards offense, throwing for 388 yards and 5 touchdowns. Louisville is set to hit the road, visiting NC State before the Notre Dame Fighting Irish come to town on October 7th. Well, the Kentucky Wildcats opened SEC play in Nashville against the Vanderbilt Commodores this weekend. Quarterback Devin Leary and running back Ray Davis combined for 3 touchdowns on the day. Defensive back Maxwell Hairston had 2 pick sixes for the Wildcats. Kentucky defeated the Commodores 45-28, and they will take on the Florida Gators this Saturday at Kroger Field at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. And finally, the Tennessee Titans fell to the Cleveland Browns on Sunday afternoon. The team had a total of 94 yards on offense. Their only points came from a Nick Folk field goal. Following the loss to Cleveland, Titan safety Amani Hooker spoke on the team's mindset, falling to 1-2.
I mean, guys obviously are, upset that we lost. I mean, that was a game that going into we felt like, we had a chance to win. We had a good game plan. But guys, guys are excited too. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's about to be week 4. We got the Bengals this week. Guys are, excited for the challenge that we have, and they're ready to get to work.
Tough loss for the Titans against Cleveland. Cleveland does have a good defense, but
they do.
Loss.
And without Chubb.
Yeah.
Yeah, even. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. See if they bounce back against the Bengals next week.
I know, yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Hope so. All right, this evening we're going to see about 60 for an overnight low, 86 tomorrow. A couple of shower chances finally, at least I hope so, Wednesday and Thursday.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you at home. We will see you back here tonight at 10.
How y'all doing today? I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Well, we got a good one for you today. Returning for their 4th day with a total of $40,000 from Brandywine, Maryland. It's the champs. It's the Hunter family. Texas, it's the Sherfield family. Everybody's here trying to win themselves some cash, and somebody might have a shot at driving out of here in a brand new car. Let's get it on. Let's play feud. Give me Alex, give me Jaleesa. Top 7 answers on the board. This is a fill in the blank. Becky intimidated men because she had a big what?
Bottom.
Big bottom. Big chest. Big chest. Pass the play.
We want to play.
We're going to play.
Nice to meet you.
Is Jaleesa?
Yes, sir.
How you
Jaleesa.